Amigos, amigas, sean bienvenidos al cuarto día del Congreso Nacional de nuestro Colegio Mexicano de Ortopedia y Traumatología. Yo soy el doctor Jorge Romero Tagle.
Yo soy el doctor Pablo García Zárate, estamos en el cuarto día, ¿sí es el cuarto?
Es el cuarto y penúltimo día del
adjudicó el carro,
Congreso.
o ya no sé ni qué está pasando. El cuarto día.
Déjate llevar.
Sí, claro. Ayer estuvo muy padre la comida de la amistad. Estos muchachos fueron a Tequila, se la pasaron muy bien, por ahí hay fotos, hay videos, hay
Se ven
hay
medio
evidencia.
deshidratados.
Hay evidencia.
Hay evidencia.
Pero a ver, preséntense. Aquí estamos con el doctor Marco Acuña, que es el titular del capítulo de artroscopía, que quiero felicitarlo por el programa que hizo y por la iniciativa del Jardín de la Artroscopía, que fue un éxito.
Un éxito.
Amigo.
Sí, muchas gracias por la invitación, primero para estar aquí, pero también por toda la organización. Muchas gracias por el apoyo, de verdad.
Fue trabajo en equipo,
Sí.
amigo.
¿Y pudieras
Definitivamente.
presentarnos al invitado especial?
Sí, claro que sí. Tengo el gusto de estar aquí con mi amigo, que ahora somos amigos del alma, Chaitu Malempati, que viene de Kentucky. Thank you for being here with us, Chaitu.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been great to be here in Guadalajara since Wednesday. A beautiful meeting, a beautiful city, very welcoming and gracious hosts and people here. So it's been a lot of good content and education, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you for being here. Beautiful tequila, huh?
The tequila has been one of the best parts.
Tequila, the town, or tequila, the shots?
Both.
Okay.
Doctor, how do you feel knowing that orthopedic community around the world recognize your work? I mean,
Yeah.
how does it feel to have fans?
Well, I think it's coming to different countries. I think is important because I think it gains you perspective on the different ideas. You know, there's different ways to do things, and I think everywhere I go, I learn more and more. And it's interesting for me to see how other people do it and gain different perspective.
I mean, we have the chance to meet Dr. Bill Ciccone, that he's such a great guy. He's really, he knows a lot of shoulder. There are a lot of publications with him, but he's the nicest and just humble person, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think, humility is important because I think it brings other people in.
exactly.
And I think, whether you're presenting or speaking or just talking shop or about cases, I think that brings people in and allows them to ask you questions and feels comfortable talking to you. So, that's kind of one of the ways I was trained at Kentucky. I think humility is a big part of the success of our field.
And two questions for you. I think Fernando gave you a Mexican name, isn't it?
Chateau.
Chateau.
Chato.
That's more easier for us because...
Well, I'm not sure if it's a good name or a bad name, so.
Yeah, it's a good
It's a
name.
good-
It's a good name.
Like
It's a good
if
name.
you were like, dude.
Yeah, if someone gives you a nickname in Mexico, it's good. It's not
it's
like
good.
in the
Yeah,
United
exactly.
States
Yeah.
because that's your
It's
friend.
a friendship
It's like-
proof.
Yeah, it's a friendship
Right.
proof. It's
okay.
not mean. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's
It's
cool. Muy bien, Chato. And the other one is, can you give us 3 advice from being better speaker? Because we have people who's listening to this and wants to improve their skills. Can you give us 3 advices?
So in terms of like presenting at a conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'll be honest. I've been in practice after fellowship about 8 years, 9
Okay.
years. Okay. And so when I started, I used to be very nervous, But I think showing humility, showing your complications, I think that adds to your level of believability and credibility. So I think that's number 1, is always be honest, be
Okay.
humble, and show credibility. 2 is, I think if you understand that if you've prepared a talk or you've done some research, you're one of the most knowledgeable people in that room on that topic.
Yeah.
Right? And so as long as you've done the credible research and you're doing the cases,
Probably you are. Probably. Sometimes
Probably.
you find people in the
Yeah.
audience that you
Yes.
say, oh my God,
yes. But,
been there, done that.
Exactly. But if you've done that research and you do those cases, you're one of the most knowledgeable people in the room, or should be, up there speaking, so that should give you some confidence. 3, I think 3 is be yourself. I don't think you should try to be somebody you're not, or try to be somebody else
I
differently.
thought you were going to say that you just have to imagine all naked or something like that.
Yeah.
No, because
maybe.
the 80% of the audience
wouldn't
is,
be nice.
is men. So I will not do that. I will never recommend that. Don't do it. Don't do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess the dress code depends on the type of meeting you're speaking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those are 3 things. Be yourself. Have confidence in what you're doing, what you're speaking on. Because if you're truly passionate about what you're speaking about, the audience can tell that, right? And so I think that's good.
And do you like to be interviewed? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable, especially like a laid-back interview like this. I mean, we're talking as friends, right? It's very comfortable. You just talk about your experiences, and it's very fluid.
And Chato, do you think this kind of meetings and conference and all the closer we are with Ana and with Mexico, it's helping out these associations? Do you think you bring something extra?
Well, I hope we do.
Well, usually, I think
it's getting us closer a lot.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, we've been meeting great guys like you. You know, also Thomas and Chad and Bill. I mean,
yeah.
they're just awesome, and they're all part of ANA. And I think you are the future of the ANA. So I'm not sure we are the future of the college, but
Well, yeah, I
Pretty
think
sure
you
I
are.
am. I'm pretty sure I do.
but at least we are just connecting so much more.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think that connection is important. I think a connection is important for both American surgeons as well as Mexican surgeons. And I think the young American surgeons that come out, I think they'll see the synergy here and see the discussions we have and talk about the complex cases we talk about. And in general, you know, really every meeting I go to, I learn about 3 to 5 things that have changed my practice, right?
You know, I have noticed in a couple of 3-4 years more interest in the American surgeons are interested how we do things because we know how to save money on the OR.
Yeah.
But I asked a doctor how come they became interested in that. It's because they're starting to owning their own places.
Right.
So they looking forward on where to save money, isn't it? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I was talking to maybe Marco or somebody else an hour ago about this. What's amazing to me is in America, we don't have restrictions on how many implants we use,
Okay.
what company we use.
Yeah.
We have access to all the grafts, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting listening to you all speak is you have a lot more planning and preparation in your surgeries because maybe the insurance only allows you to use 2 anchors. So you have to figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And you don't have all the grafts we have. So we just book a surgery and we say, I use this, this, and this, and we'll do it Tuesday. You cannot do that, right? You're planning and based on what you have.
Yeah. And do you remember both the last time you had a complication during surgery, and how do you handle it from the emotional aspect?
Do you remember last week?
The last week
I don't
was a
remember to
question.
accomplish anything
But
well.
Yesterday?
the emotional aspect, how do you handle it?
Well, I think it's important to be the captain of the ship, so to speak, in surgery, right? You have to be the captain of the ship because when something goes wrong, everybody looks to you. And if you show panic and anger, that's for outside the OR after the case. You can get people together and talk about what we could have done better, right? But in that moment there, you have to have the ability to just calm down and think about, control yourself, and get everybody back together on the same page.
I think when you still get anger, you're not ready. If you pass the anger on the OR, you're ready to do. You master the technique. That's what I think. This is my personal view.
I think that the masters are just like that.
Like
That's
the
why
real masters.
I don't feel still like a master because sometimes I just get anger and I mean I don't break things or I just pull knob or something like that.
Not like some teachers we used to have.
Yeah. Exactly.
And what do you do after a hard case?
After a hard case, I usually just go home and have
And
some
drink.
glass of wine, something like that.
A cantarito. Cantarito.
A burrito?
Cantarito. Un
No,
cantarito.
no, no.
Ah, yeah,
I'm from
cantarito.
Pachuca.
Yeah.
I
You don't
just
have a
drink.
cantarito.
I just eat pastas and
Yeah.
you know.
But you know, I'm here talking about calm, but you know, maybe my surgical team they think he's not calm. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right,
Calm?
right.
Where?
He's not calm. He may be calm in this interview, but
No, but
If
maybe
they
you,
were hearing this, they would say that.
no,
Who's
but
that guy?
maybe
Who's
you're
that guy?
starting handling much better every time you do it. So that helps you out.
that's right.
The more confident you are, the better the results of the patient is.
And
Yeah.
certainly experience, right? If
Yeah,
you've been in those situations, you can handle it better because we all decompress after surgery and try to think about a couple of things we could have done better next time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
How do you do it to maintain physical, mentally health?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. How do you?
How do you maintain your mojo?
Give me your tips, please.
I mean, that's hard, you know, and I think you try to grow and learn every year. I certainly don't have it all figured out, but I try to improve every year on that. I think you try to leave work at work and you come home, you spend time with the family and other things and have some hobbies so that you can decompress a little bit. But by no means do I have it figured out.
And you have any other passion besides orthopedic surgery? Maybe tennis, golf?
So I used to play tennis in college, and that's what brought me to the United States from Canada.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a slap tear in my shoulder, and that's what made me want to go to orthopedic surgery and sports medicine. So I still have the slap tear. I didn't get it fixed. So it's hard for me to play tennis, but I'm trying to get better at golf.
All right.
No, cool.
Good.
Yeah.
And you, Marco?
Running.
Running?
Yeah, I usually something that I add.
From hospital to other hospital?
No, thank God, no, because I live in Pachuca, so it's not that bad.
They don't have
But,
that many hospitals.
Yeah. First, yeah. but the thing is, first I run and then I just drink the wine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And
That's
you,
what I
my
like.
friend? What do you do?
I like to do exercise, calisthenic.
Play music? You still play music?
I play bass guitar, electric
All
bass
right.
guitar.
Yeah, I also play the guitar and piano.
Do you play
That's something
something?
that I do like.
No, I'm horrible at instruments. When
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
younger, I used to play violin, and my mother and my teacher made me quit.
Maybe
Please don't come back.
maybe we can do a college band.
Yeah, that would
A
be
rock
awesome.
band.
Yeah.
The bomb band.
We should
Bomb
try
band, the
The
bomb
bone,
band.
the broke bone band.
next
The
friendship.
broke bone band.
How do you say that? The friendship. Comida de la amistad. Next comida de la amistad.
Friendship dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe
We will.
next year we can just play something.
Next friendship dinner.
Yeah.
You can play
That would be
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
Why not?
A
Right.
palomazo.
Outside of the dinner, and we see how much money you make.
At least at 8 p.m. when everybody's done. When everybody's just go home.
Doctor, what is the best and the worst part of being a regular traveler?
The best part is seeing different cultures, meeting new people, seeing different cities and the food and really immersing yourself in that culture, I think. The worst part is obviously the parts of travel, right? The planes, the delays, the this, that. And then, going back to your job, you kind of have to make up for, right? And sometimes you think, I can't leave again. I mean, it's a mess.
That's the next.
it's chaos.
Your next thought after traveling
Is
is
the
that,
next travel.
Yeah. But you say I'm not going. I'm gonna say no next time.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what? Tres Doritos después, as we say in
sí.
Mexico. Can you make a lecture? Yeah, sure. When?
Sure. Or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Yeah.
You have like a
I think the reality is, though, that if you don't take time away and you don't take time to leave and travel, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You have like some travel ritual
When you
to,
travel
to handle the worst part of being
You know
a
what I
traveler.
don't like about all that is that I'm very I'm to stick to routine, and it breaks out my routine. To go back again to the same
Break out the
thing,
routine,
Yeah.
like-
It's very hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm very I have a schedule for the day. At what time wake up, I do exercise. Even when my meals, everything. But when you go traveling, you break everything.
Yeah.
Coming back to that
Yeah.
routine is hard.
It's very hard.
But
Yeah.
as you say, you have to break it.
Yes.
Because if not, you
You're
will
gonna
go
go
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marco, and you? What do you think about it? What do you do in your traveling? En tus viajes.
In my traveling.
Cuando viajas,
No,
¿tienes algún ritual?
No, I don't have a ritual, but I just go to.
I just
to
hope
do
to
some-
get in time.
Some exercise, yeah.
Running.
I sleep so bad, yeah, running. I sleep so bad when I go to the different meetings because obviously you have the time, you have the chance to see your friends.
Yeah.
Even in the other ones that they are not in this city.
Oh yeah, these meetings are great to see your friends, talk
Exactly.
about.
So usually just go out and have fun at
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
So the other morning you have to do the chats and at
Yeah, yeah.
8 a.m. in the morning.
Meeting people,
Yeah,
new friends.
exactly.
I know.
So
These
it's really
meetings are
hard.
great. I love these meetings. I love these meetings. International
I know,
meetings.
but it's really hard because you are so tired.
Yeah, life is hard, but someone has
Life
to do it.
is
Someone has to do it, right?
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, life is hard, and the last day you die. So keep it on.
Yeah.
You know, during COVID, we missed this camaraderie, this friendship, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think if you just do the virtual thing like some people do and you don't come in person, I think you miss that camaraderie and friendship.
Well, let me tell you about my COVID. It was so much different because my wife and I talk, and we decide in 2 hours that we have to keep going because if not, we're gonna lose all our money.
Yeah.
So what we do, the beach are pretty close from here. Every weekend we went to the beach because the hotels were empty
Yeah.
and they give you a special rates.
Yeah.
So we enjoy the best, biggest luxury hotels
Yeah.
in the cheapest prices. My COVID for me was great. My brother lives in New York. He hates that COVID because they were locked
Yeah,
down.
a little deported.
Yeah. And I told him, come to Mexico.
Yeah.
Stay here. This is the best place to COVID.
Yeah.
But what's my experience? I think you did the same. How was your COVID?
It was okay because I had to work because most of my private practice is without insurances.
Yeah?
The problem
Was
that
cash.
The,
Yeah.
The insurances, they didn't wanted to pay for the surgeries.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to wait for the surgeries because most of the patients pay in cash.
Yeah.
I-
And have this. I remember people told me they want to get the surgery before this gets worse.
Yeah.
All the time they tell me, do the surgery now because they tell me what about the los insumos. What about all the
materials
the
are
material?
going-
It's gonna run out, and there was panic in the population. So exactly.
Yeah.
So we really, for me, it was great. I hope we have another.
The only thing
another
that it
break
wasn't
like
that,
Huh?
nice was all the protocol that you had to take out all your clothes.
Well,
and
I buy
cleaning,
a helmet just with air inside. Was great.
No, I know.
Even
no,
though,
when,
even
when
though
you were
we do
coming home,
we do so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
coming
no,
home.
but I talk with my wife.
Coming
if
back
we,
home,
if we
it
get
was
COVID,
really-
everybody's
Yeah.
gonna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
very hard.
one day, this guy and we have a femur.
Femoral.
We did a femur. It was the first surgery with COVID. Everybody has scare, and we do it, and we see the anesthesiology very cool without a mask. And
Very
drinking
relaxed.
coffee, very relaxed.
With the music
He
and
trusts in the
Spotify.
president.
No. Wait. And then when we finish the surgery, he asked me, "And why you did all that?" Because he has COVID. No, we have the test. It's not COVID.
Oh, thank you for
Oh.
telling
my, I
us
said,
before the
"Thank you, my
surgery.
friend."
Thank you for your feedback.
No. What?
We think we're gonna die in that
Yeah.
surgery.
It was the worst.
Pablo, it's interesting you say that was the best time, right?
Yeah.
So for me too.
Hey.
It was we had 6 weeks off. I was still being paid by the university, and we couldn't work. I couldn't go to the office. I would go to the golf course, the club, play, and it was like, man, this is what retirement is like. I need to get closer to retirement. Right?
Yeah. It was like a Netflix trail,
Yeah.
30 days trail that
Yeah.
I can do this every day. Yeah. Because sometimes you think I cannot stop doing this.
No.
How come? Yeah, you can. Yeah, for sure. I enjoy a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do enjoy not doing surgery. I do it now.
Oh, sure.
I do it now, for sure.
And, doctor, with your experience at this time, do you perform your surgeries with more confidence, maybe with more fear than before?
Well, I think as you kind of learn and grow, you learn when not to do surgery. I
Exactly,
think that's
exactly.
really important, right? When you're starting, you're excited and you say, well, yeah,
Yeah.
surgery this, surgery that. But I think when you learn and grow and gain more experience, you learn when not to do surgery. So I think that's important. Obviously, we love surgery, right? That's why we
Yeah.
all are,
Oh yeah,
did it, right?
yeah, for sure.
I mean, getting in the OR is our place, right?
Yeah.
We have our music on. We
Yeah,
have our
yeah,
team.
yeah.
That's like our spot, right? We feel comfortable. But I think learning when not to do surgery is important.
And as we were talking with Bill, right? We just try to do something more complicated, so it gets funnier, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. More complex cases.
Yeah, no, I know. This is. I tell my fellows, this is like playing. Maybe you do that Mighty Bros, you know, and you start with the word 1-1, then 1-2, 1-3, 4-5, and starts to be more and more difficult.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are in the last one, 8-8, and you're very comfortable doing the surgery, and your fellows say, how can you do this very comfortable? Because I have done everything, all the worst thing has happened to me, and now I know how to solve that, no?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yes.
Even though sometimes you find things that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
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 No?
Right.
Eh.
And I think surgery is very humbling, right? We've all been humbled in the OR with complications and things happen. I think, but you need to find a way to regain confidence quickly, right?
You're right.
Because your patients deserve that.
Yeah.
In your surgery room, what do you like to listen? Do you like to listen music, and what kind of?
No, you.
Yeah.
So I really like Tom Petty radio.
Oh.
And I really like the Eagles radio. And if
Eagles
ever,
radio is good.
it's relaxing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all have something in the back of our minds, but it's a relaxing environment. If everybody's good at the end of the day, we get the last case, they get hip hop barbecue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you?
Michael Bublé,
Yeah.
rock
Oh, yeah?
in Spanish. Sometimes when I'm on the mood, I put some electro.
Yeah.
I do like. I go to festivals and everything. So
Mainly rock.
Yeah.
Of
This
all
guy-
kind.
Yeah.
yeah, I look like.
Do you know what I listen? I
rock
listen
guy.
country.
You like country?
Country music. Yeah.
Who's your favorite country artist?
That's good also, yeah.
Blake.
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
Ah,
yeah.
Me too.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton's very nice. Tennessee whiskey. I don't
Yeah.
know. Remember with this guy called Tennessee whiskey is.
Dirks Bentley, maybe?
Yeah.
Dirks-
But I love that kind of music.
Are you going to be in Nashville at the AOSSM?
When is it? When is
July.
that? July.
July in Nashville.
No, I don't have planning, but I have here. It's pretty cool, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very cool. It's the country music capital. Blake Shelton has his own bar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, we have to try that.
And can we talk about the arthroscopy garden?
Yeah, sure. That
What was that?
What was that?
How came you with you that biggest idea? And this? Let me
it's-
tell you, it was one of the most popular stands in the
Like
expo.
a YouTube concert.
Yeah. Like the Sphere. It was
Like
like,
the
the
Sphere.
Sphere of Las Vegas in Guadalajara. No, everybody
Yeah,
told me
estaba
it was,
abarrotado.
Yeah.
Ya sé.
Everybody was happy.
I am just telling you that it was all because of you guys, because of this. Because I saw you in the World Trade Center last year, and I said that it will be awesome. It will have one place like that, and everybody just come inside and do some kind of techniques of arthroscopy techniques.
Yeah.
It was going to be just like that, and we were talking about that. I think 2 days before, and they say that they want to do that maybe not next year.
Yeah.
Having a little bit bigger. Right?
Yeah.
But it was all because of you. I saw that and I wanted to do that, and it really works really well. You were right. It was going to be something awesome, and it was successful, and thank God it was just like that. So.
But the
really
good
happy.
news was that the Anna group, I see the
Yeah.
Anna, I have
Oh, yeah.
evidence. They were there, they were teaching the people. Maybe these guys don't know how lucky they were. These guys were
I know,
teaching them.
I know.
Yeah.
Because in my times, I have to pay
In our
money, go to
times.
Chicago.
And for free.
Yeah, no,
And
yeah,
for
and
free.
for free. I put in my own pocket to go to Chicago, paying a course, staying there, paying your meals, the hotel, when I was resident. So I mean, it was a a huge amount of money for me in that month, in that place.
And
I think-
Claudia asked me to tell why we did that, right? What was the motive of
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Or, garden, and I say that it's because as I told you before,
Yeah.
it's because I had that kind of experiences. I was really lucky that I had them because of my masters or because of life or whatever. So
luck.
I want that,
Yeah.
lucky, right? So I wanted to have that the same for the new residents and for the fellows.
Yeah, it was a great initiative.
Yeah,
from you.
the times
Thanks.
are changing.
Yeah, maybe if we were lucky, George, next year we're gonna be invited as teachers, or at least we open the door.
Yeah.
You know, or clean up at the end. I don't know, whatever. We will be there for you, my friend.
Yeah, no, I really thank you for all the support, really, because
Thanks to you.
I was afraid that it was not going to work. And we were like 5 days or 3 days before the Congress, and I was really stressed because nobody wanted to be there supposedly. And
Supposedly.
suddenly, and suddenly what the one orthopedic surgeon is like a big fancy star, just make a reel, and suddenly it was just going
make a
on.
reel,
Yeah,
almost-
the name is
look
Pablo.
the numbers.
Pablo Garcia. Yeah.
Wow, Pablo.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy-
we make a reel and
He
it
made
helps
the
you out.
magic, you know? Because
Yeah.
we didn't have any
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
10
yeah, it
persons,
helps
and
out.
then we have like 40 persons, and then they were just in line there. They wanted
One
to go
video.
inside, yeah.
But I really but you know what? You know, the
40
mind,
seconds.
the mind,
30 seconds, yeah.
the mind behind that was Farrell. Really, she thought about it.
Really?
She made it. It was great. Help us out.
Congrats,
she told me
because it was awesome.
we
you know?
made it,
was really
one
awesome.
day before what's happening this,
I
and
know,
was
I know.
like
I
this.
was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
fast.
yeah.
It-
That's the
it-
power in
We are
Instagram.
revealing secrets.
Yeah.
If I could add one thing, what really impressed me about that was how interested and how excited those residents and fellows were
know,
to be
I
there.
know.
They were
wanted,
excited.
they had to switch to different areas. They didn't want to switch. They wanted to
course,
do more.
yeah.
They want to do root repair. They want to do meniscus. They want to do ACL. How do we make a posterior portal?
Yeah.
And you don't see that from residents and fellows all the time.
Okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, that's
I think how many people was on the waiting list?
More than 100.
Wow.
I think now it's
huge.
like 120 or something.
Well,
like
we
that.
have to.
Yeah.
I think we have to talk with Clara for next year and do this
Oh,
bigger
yeah.
and better.
He's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
I know. He's listening. He's listening.
It's the next one, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I presume this is going to be a thing continuing
Yeah,
on.
I
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Right?
Yeah,
because it was such a hit.
yeah, we make projects, and what the object of the colegio is to make them grown up. You know, this project was like 5 years ago, and it's been growing and growing and growing. And I'm pretty sure that the Garden of Arthroscopy is going to be one of these kind of projects that's going to grow up.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Really.
for 10
Yeah,
years. I know.
and the
I'm pretty sure.
residents were very relaxed, very comfortable with the rock stars.
You know what?
behind
That
You know
was
what
the
is
idea.
that?
Yeah.
It's like ignorancia. It's you don't know who's talking to you. Who's
Yeah.
Yeah, right,
He
exactly.
held your hand, telling you where to go, how to do it. They don't even know. Maybe they go later and Google it with. Oh my
You
God!
and I,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
I see
Why
it.
didn't I take a
If you
picture?
knew,
Yeah. They were very gracious, but really interested, and you can see the excitement. When you see excitement from somebody, you get excited to teach or learn or
Exactly,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You want
And-
to eat more.
Yes.
And we talked with William Ciccone. You never know how much impact you're gonna have on these guys. I'm gonna tell you a personal history. William was my the first people who teach me arthroscopy in ANA.
Really?
Yeah. Like 15 years ago. That's
Yeah.
why I invite him, and he was totally honored to be here.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Even it's a two-way highway, no? He doesn't know who's teaching you, but you don't know where this guy is going to be in 15 or 20 years, no? So, and the impact you're gonna do in his career is huge,
Yeah,
huge.
exactly.
You're giving him skills and tools to support his family.
For me, that's kind of the satisfaction, you know.
No,
that
I
you're
know.
getting now that it's just something that maybe you are
Yeah.
putting a small seed in there.
No, it's not.
and that's
I
enough
think
for
it's
me.
bigger than that. I think it's much bigger.
And it's funny because you know who is he after you have
The course, yeah.
the curse,
Yeah.
and you said, oh,
Yeah, I think we take that for granted sometimes. We don't know how privileged we are
Yeah,
to be able to
exactly.
educate,
That's
right?
Yeah.
I mean, educating the next generation. I mean, that's a huge privilege, right? And shouldn't be taken lightly.
Yeah, I know. That's why we are very happy that Marco do this Garden of Arthroscopy. It was a huge success, and I am sure it's gonna be a project that go on and go on for
We'll
years.
try to do it better.
Yeah, I know. This is learning and growing.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
This was the pilot, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Now,
so
congratulations
much better.
for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, and I think you have one more, isn't it? At 1 o'clock?
Yeah, at one.
Can you invite us?
No.
Can
No,
we go
yeah,
to-
Of course, man. Of course.
Can we
The
go
doors are
at least for a
open.
picture?
The doors are open for you. Of
Thank you,
course.
my
Thank you.
friends.
Yeah.
Bueno, esto es Ortoradio, amigos. Estamos en nuestro cuarto día del mejor y más grande congreso de ortopedia. This year we try to mimic
Mimic?
Trump.
Imitate.
Yeah.
Trump.
Trump.
Yeah. The best, and
best,
more
the
beautiful.
best.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it for sure.
Make orthopedics great.
Best orthopedic surgeon in the world. Es el mejor y más grande congreso de ortopedia. Mañana hay sorpresas,
Hay
amigo.
no, creo que es esta
¿Ortorradio
noche,
hay
pero
sorpresas?
se te están desfasando los días.
No, esta noche hay.
cansado,
No,
ya
esta
está
noche
cansado,
es la cena que va a estar muy buena.
¿Y hay
¿Sí?
sorpresas?
No, ahí no. Pero mañana en la clausura, Ortorradio, el colegio tiene
Estén
sorpresa.
pendientes de Ortorradio porque hay sorpresas.
Grandes
Aniversario.
sorpresas. Muchas gracias, amigos. Thank you to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Chato,
an honor.
it's an honor
Muchas gracias.
to having you.
Thank you, Pablo.
We
Thank
have
you
to
for
go
everything.
to Kentucky to the races.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Kentucky Derby is today.
Oh my
Um,
God. Well, next year we
Next
go.
year.
Yes,
Yeah,
next
he's
year.
missing it right
Oh,
now
no.
because of us. So we're
Today,
lucky.
Ah, thank
today,
you.
today is the day of the orthopedic surgeon here in Mexico.
Yeah,
Tres
de mayo.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mexican surgeon now, so yeah,
What I
congratulations.
learned from this is if I need to promote something, I need Pablo to do it for me.
Whenever you want to. We need fair.
Yeah.
He's the one. Gracias, amigos.
Gracias.
Hasta luego.
Muchas gracias. Nos vemos.
Muchas
Gracias.
gracias.
Bye.